Hi, everyone. Today's topic is schedules, and we all have the same universal limitation of 24 hours in a day. I have 24 hours in a day, you have 24 hours in a day, you know, um, just like your parents, just like your family, everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. Now, just like any type of limited resource that's out of there, we have to manage them and make sure that it's, well, maximizing all the potential uses of those same 24 hours.
Yeah, the difference lies in what you do with that 24 hours. And some people get up at 5 a.m. to have more time in their day. I personally can't do that. I'm more of a night person. I'm more creative, more
Energetic.
Yeah, exactly. I get way more done after supper. So I tend to stay up a little later and get more done then. But it's same 24 hours. It's just allotted differently.
Yeah, exactly. And these are some of the tips and tricks that we've learned and how to maximize more out of our 24 hours that we've just learned from other people. So, like, the first thing is that when I have a schedule, I make sure that the non-negotiables, the things that are important in my life, are put in there first. These are the things like, if my family, before COVID and everything, my family wanted to have a get together, I made sure that that was in my schedule. Nothing else came in place at that time. It was this time to this time, that's it. It's a non-negotiable.
I also found that writing things that are non-negotiable, they're not moving in pen, really helped when I was first starting. I'd write everything else in pencil because, appointments get canceled or things change or whatever. So I'd erase that and reschedule it and rebook it and reuse that time. But things like my kids at a Christmas concert, for instance, or anything, that was nothing standing in the way of me being there. I wasn't changing that. I was definitely going. That was staying. So I found that really helped.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, I know that some people have non-negotiables as the four main big ones: faith, family, finance, and fitness. And they would fit that into their daily schedule as needed, and they kind of worked around all of those non-negotiables.
Like if you working out is important to you, put that in first. I'm going to work out this time to this time every day, rain, shine, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That time is allotted just for that.
Right. So if anything else comes up, too bad.
Has to wait.
it has to wait. So, and get in this habit of checking your schedule before you commit to anything else. I know you and I have struggled with this a couple of times in the past where I've checked the schedule. I didn't have it written down in my schedule, but he had it written down in his. And we cross-booked a couple of appointments and stuff
at the same time.
Whoops. So always double check your schedule before committing to anything, especially if you're working like in our industry with a trainer, and you got to make sure that their schedule is free too. You're not just worried about your own time and your own schedule. It's also, the people you're working with, people you're meeting with, the clients, the trainers, that sort of thing. So you got to coordinate everybody's schedule. So that makes it a little tricky. So double checking is always really important there.
A big thing that I've also found on that too is that if I did kind of promise two different people at the same time that I was going to be there for them, I had to make a judgment call and say, okay, I'll go with you and not you. And then I had to tell them, and I felt really bad about it. So, like, save yourself that trouble too of not double booking yourself. There has been a few instances where I've booked an appointment and I was fairly certain they weren't going to show. So I did double book myself, and it, more often than not, still turned out all right. So, there are exceptions to the rule.
Well, and it wasn't as bad because we worked together. So there was if on the off chance they both showed up, we could split up and I could help one and you could help the other. It would have worked out. So
we did have a backup plan.
We had it figured out ahead of time. We just didn't wing it. We did have a plan, just so everybody knows we're not quite that irresponsible.
Okay.
So
all right. So one of the things that I also did kind of throw in when I first started scheduling, like when I was just got my first day planner and all that kind of stuff, I allowed myself what I called float time, so that I could, if I didn't feel like doing something after work, I had float time where I could, just hang out and just kind of, it allowed me to ease into the whole process of scheduling my day. I don't have float time anymore, but that's definitely something that I started off with.
I actually do still have float time.
Oh, okay.
I don't call it float time, but I still do have that.
You just kind of allow yourself, if I feel like working, cool. If I don't, cool.
Well, and part of that is because I have kids, so sometimes stuff comes up. And so sometimes if stuff comes up, I can say, okay, I have this time, we can do that. Or
where they go, Mom, I have a project that's due tomorrow and I need markers right now.
Yeah, you've been there. Yeah.
I've been that one where I'm like, Dad.
Yeah. So hence I do have float time still in my schedule now, and it's been a few years since I've been doing this. I also schedule things like my email time, and I schedule right down to social media and checking emails and stuff. So I'm not doing it as often. I don't, have to check my email 60 times a day, which is a time waster. I have it scheduled once or twice in a day. It gets done. It gets looked at. Okay, I'm not doing it until the next time. So, it just saves a lot of time that way.
And it like increases the amount of time that you have in a day because you're not splitting it up, going over all these different things.
Exactly. And I'm not missing something else, like, something else that was important because I was too busy on Facebook or that sort of thing. I even schedule my TV shows that I want to watch, the ones that are really important that I'm addicted to. I have a couple. One is Masked Singer, but
yeah, me too. See, they like to have spoilers on it, and if I don't watch it that night, it's gonna get spoiled for me. So I do schedule it in there.
Right, and then I am not tempted to do anything else, at that time and that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. So let's see. So the type of schedules that are available out there is that there's digital ones and there are paper ones.
I always have a paper one, and I always keep it handy so I can write in it, change it, adjust it as needed.
Yeah.
So like here's just kind of an
example.
Quick look at my book. Everything's written out day by hour and time by time, and I even highlight things and as I've accomplished them or done, that sort of thing. So it's just, I find I like the paper one because, my phone doesn't die or I'm not in the middle of
a phone call.
I have to try and find it on my phone. Or,
yeah. And I know that I personally like having a paper one too, because it's a visual reminder of it being an important thing to do. Stuff on my phone, it's easy enough to like just kind of skip over and glance at and be like, okay, I'll get to it later. And then I don't actually get to it later.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all about, it's a place to start, even if it is on your phone originally. But, scheduling is pretty important to make sure you are utilizing your time properly.
Yeah. And last thing before the end of the video here is just when to pre-plan. Typically, I like to do it the night before, and that way my day starts and I know what I'm going to be doing the next day. And a lot less things fall through the cracks. I have a lot more time to take care of the things that I need to.
Me too. And that's in part because if I have appointments, I always confirm them the day before. So I'll know if they say, oh, crap, I forgot. Can we reschedule? Yeah, great, no problem. Then I can change that in my schedule and adjust that right then and there.
Yeah. So that works out perfectly.
Yeah. So that's why I do it the night before.
Great. Well, that's it for today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.